So today I want to talk about my physical disability. Woohoo! So I quite enjoy being disabled, and there are obviously some difficult parts about it, but I'm proud to be a disabled person, and I'm not ashamed. Obviously I still battle with internalized ableism and things like that, like everyone I would arguably say. And yeah, I rebuke the notion that disability is negative, which I feel is quite common in our culture that I don't really experience. And I've looked into and studied some disability theory as well, and I found that there's a lot of, it's complicated basically. Disability and being a disabled person can give people insights that are invaluable to the world, etc, etc, etc. I feel like I'm saying the obvious, but I do think there's an overly negative notion of disability in certainly Anglo-American mainstream culture. My physical disability is called hypermobility spectrum disorder. Basically, my joints are more flexible than like average joints. It basically means that my joints hurt a lot, but it's quite, for me, it's quite like random. You can have localized hypermobility spectrum disorder, but mine is like generalized, so it means that it could go anywhere in my body that has a joint. So my typical areas of pain are my hands, my wrists, my knees, my spine. I think that's it. Oh, I can't get a lot of, I don't know what this bit is called. The opposite of my elbow, there as well. There's quite a lot of areas. But but the thing is, like, it can be quite random, or it can be after exercise, or it can be after like a long walk, or it can be after, there's like things I do and then there's pain. So it means it's quite complicated about what you do and how you manage your energy and your physical energy. Pain is like quite varying levels, but I remember getting tattooed and being like, yeah, this is pretty much the same. So usually tattooing doesn't affect me that much, just because I'm so used to like pain that I'm like, this is bad. Can also feel like I'm on fire. And I am on fire, but like it can feel like my body's on fire, like in those joint areas. So yeah, like it can get pretty rough. But some of you know that I fractured my spine in 2018. So that means that, plus the hypermobility, means that my back is just like not having loads of fun in terms of pain. So yeah. So the thing is, it's weird. Well, it's really hard to describe, and it's really hard to like it's like in mainstream society, that's not really what disability looks like, right? So I guess technically it's like an invisible disability. Look at this bit. Look at this sticker. Look at it. Look at it. It's so nice. I just bought it because of the sticker. I mean, that is marketing right there. What am I saying? What the fuck am I saying? I think I can seem able-bodied and am assumed to be as such. Very unfortunately, stress makes it worse. So you might say, Nadia, you just have a stress-free life where you're waited on hand and foot by people who are consenting to it and are up for it, and who have the energy and privilege to do that without that being problematic. But I would agree with you. I'm kidding. Stress can really affect it. The main thing that can stress that affects it is like long-term stress from like a very seriously bad situation, such as like being bullied at work, or such as having abusive neighbours, all of those things which have happened. Yeah, so there have been times when I haven't been able to like get out of bed because the pain is so much, because I'm so stressed. And so, as you can imagine, that adds like a lot of interest from me to like avoid stress, or to reduce stress, or to like deal with it properly, or to like, yeah, sort things out so that my life is better. I think this adds to that kind of want and need. So I wanted to showcase to you my disability aids because I think they're awesome and they make my life better. Woohoo! I think this is all of them. Yeah. Exhibit A, very important to have lots of painkillers. Although I try to limit them, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, often take them on outings just in case. This is the best thing in the world. It's a stool. How do I show you whilst filming? Look at it. Isn't it the best? My feet. Okay. Look. It's the best. It's the best. Trusty walking stick. And this is especially useful if I'm doing like protesting or gigs or stuff where I'm standing around a lot. Like standing for me is painful. A, B, C, D. I don't actually know what this is called, but this goes around the area of my spine that I fractured. It gives me extra support and it makes me feel really strong. And these are stints, and so they can go around my hands and wrists. So all of these things, I don't use them that much, apart from the painkillers. I would say the rest I use about maybe like 15% of the time, maybe 10% of the time. It's usually if things are bad or very stressful or it's a lot physically. Then I kind of look into using more of my disability aids to help manage everything. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they so cool? I just love this so much. And they make my life much easier. And they make things much more manageable. Like I can technically go to a protest without a walking stick and painkillers and stuff. But I'll just be really painful for me and I'll be miserable. So, you know, why not take things that will make me much happier? It doesn't really fit people's notions of what disability is, so it's a bit like I have to explain it to everyone, and that's a bit annoying. I get a lot of like stares and stuff, but I like the idea that I'm disrupting like notions of like these things, you know. So yay! Interesting. It doesn't really affect my work unless I'm working full-time or over full-time. Because I'm freelance and I work from home and I work on a laptop, it doesn't really affect my work that much. The main thing that affects my work is my autism. I love the idea of disability aids and I want to promote how great they are for many people. But there is a problem. This is obviously for a particular skin type, so I do wish that wasn't happening with disability aids. Obviously we need more variety for different skin colours, etc, etc. Awesome disability aids that I'm very happy I have them in my life, and yeah, like I'm glad they're there as a backup if I need it. I'm just very pleased they're in my life. Yay! Goodbye.